Say what now?
Uh-oh.
You cut out.
I think there might be something wrong with the Kareah's elevator.
Oh. Oh.
It was at this point I realized things weren't gonna end well. I was feeling a bit sore about this 30k, but I thought, this is Star Citizen, get off the cross decoupled, we need the wood. When I got into the next server, it was fresh. Not 30 FPS fresh, but 9 people and 20 FPS fresh, 70 ms ping, so pitter patter, let's get at her. Of course, there was no quantum marker to this security bunker, so I had to spline jump around like a frog on hot concrete and still only got within 75 miles. Long flight. Anyways, I came in, landed, had to check the version of the game because there was no other ships around, then I remembered this was a fresh server. Always remember to stretch. Yep, that's better. Charging in with my usual tenacity for murder, I didn't see any ninetails, so I sped up the game till I found one. A little too eager on the trigger, I made a mess. Whoopsie daisies. Oh, hi there. At this point, I had a look and I was down to 15 server FPS. Still not bad. I wanted to see how it was, so I thought, one down, might as well kill the whole bunker. I was already at 4 Crimestat and the rest is water under the fridge. You may think I'd be sorry for that last comment. I'm not. Nothing personal, kid. I pushed on, finding another enemy to kill. He was probably corrupt. And this guy was with him, so say no more. In a past high FPS bunker test, I'd had a lot of fun standing behind this exact wall, so I took position. Unfortunately, this was not to be a repeat, and the fun bunker wall suddenly became the loser wall, where reloads don't work and your server 30k's. When I logged back in, I came to in Hurston with a hangover and a long list of homicides. I really did think about trying to make an escape. You don't get this chance every day, but with the way Clasher's been acting up, I don't really want to take the plunge, so I logged out and logged back in. Once at Grim Hex, I quickly called the M50 because I figured maybe I can go clear my Crimestat. I had grabbed a couple of tiger claws and I was ready to buck. If you happen to be tired of my sense of humor, I'm not sorry, but I will rein it in. From now on, this video will be more informative as we have arrived. Security Post Kareah has been recently updated. In the past, there were tricks like parking beneath the pads to avoid the bunker's defenses. I was about to learn this didn't work so well anymore. Luckily, the server was slow to react to my approach, and I managed to position beneath the pad, and was promptly served a large helping of cannon fire. I leapt from the cockpit just in time, and EVA'd my way to the pad. Somehow I mustered the guts to look back at my beautiful little M50. It was not looking good. Being hostile, I'm already watching the pad. Sometimes security can walk out here, so you have to be careful. Just a few days prior, I had been to Security Outpost Kareah, but not with Crimestat. There was a video posted by the venerable Star Citizen alpha tester Sladwog of an NPC shooting him through a console, and I had wanted to test it myself. The server FPS was low on this server, and though I didn't expect much from the NPC security within, I didn't yet realize what I was in for. As I cycled the airlock, I noticed some goodly criminal had already taken down the comm array. This was a big help to me, since now I knew that I could gun down security with abandon without incurring greater Crimestat. It's doable with the comm array up, but that vent I hide in can be a bit cramped. Having just entered the facility, I thought for sure I could just clear things out and then clear my Crimestat. It didn't work out that way. Security was operating about at the level I had expected, and I took out an elevator full of new hires. It was clear now that someone had been here recently. Bodies lay strewn about near the security console, and though the NPCs were going down easy, the threat of a player still here made my skin prickle. The Crusader security continued to be 10-ply, but my spider senses were tingling. Though someone may have been watching from the balconies, I took my first chance at playing around with the console. The name Nicodemus was still there, the last criminal who, like me, had come and dealt a serious blow to the morale here at Outpost Kareah. Something about the situation felt tense, and I could hear shouting, so I went back out to staunch the flow of good guys. The thing was, they just kept coming. Not only did I have the pressure from a more aggressive security than I was used to in this new outpost, but the likelihood of a player taking up my bounty was increasing by the minute. It was time to get the Tiger Claw into the security console and start clearing my name. Inventory was acting up, and after getting the console logged out, another peon appeared. I dropped my card, drew my weapon, and put him down. Getting my second card in hand, I hastily inserted it into the... Oh, god damn it. Those shots weren't mine. I knew at this point that I was not alone in the outpost. There was another player here. There they were. Seeing another player at this place made my blood run cold, but if he had wanted to drop me, he would have already. I extended them the same courtesy by holding my fire, and went back to it. I had been counting minutes, but now I was counting the seconds. Back at the console, I went to authorize, and realized I had dropped both my Tiger Claw encryption keys. I began to search frantically around on the floor. They had to be here somewhere, but the harder I looked, the more I began to feel like it was a lost cause. I had come all this way. I'll admit, it was at this point that I decided to just go on a tear. Sometimes, when it seems like you're faced with an insurmountable problem, you should just take a minute to think, and shoot a bunch of Crusader security. At one point, I started moving bodies with the tractor beam, hoping the key would be underneath. I admit, thinking there was no hope, I had turned the video off. But that tractor beam ended up latching onto a card, and a bit shocked and a lot overjoyed, I turned the video back on. Of course, the console bugged out on abort. If it doesn't make progress, this is what you do. One sec, they just keep coming. Anyway, click abort, but when it asks if you're sure, hit cancel. I couldn't afford to lose a keycard here, and thankfully after this, it worked. It is not required to be at this console as your Crimestat clears, and NPCs won't reset it. However, the comm array was down, so I just kicked some ass. If you wanted, you could also do non-lethal takedowns and not incur any extra Crimestat. Extenuating circumstances? Sure. One offense down, and dismiss. Let's go with prosecutorial discretion. That sounds pretty legit. As you can see, it doesn't take that long to clear each crime. After all this, I had to look to believe it. With security peeking at me over the railings, I had no Crimestat. A weight had been lifted from my shoulders. After this long journey, coming from multiple 30k's, something had gone right. I was in such a good mood that I didn't even execute these guys on my way out the door. I could feel my stress venting away like the pressure in the airlock. Recall how I said sometimes security patrol the pads? There they are. I decided to go check on my M50. Bad news. Guess I was logging out again. This was a long one, but I wanted to share the story of my adventure in full. So much of what makes Star Citizen great is the spontaneity and surprises we have along the way. Even if there's the odd 30K. Thanks for watching.